Okay. Surah An-Naml, the Ant. This Makki Surah has 93 verses. In the commentary of Majma'ul Bayan, it is written that the reward for reciting this surah is compared to 10 times the number of people alive during the time of Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam, Hud alayhi salam, Shu'aib alayhi salam, Salih alayhi salam, and Ibrahim alayhi salam. In the commentary of Burhan, it is written that if the surah is written on deerskin and kept in the house, then no dangerous creature, e.g. snake, will come near the house. This has been narrated by Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. Tasin, these are the verses of the Quran and the book that makes things clear. A guidance and good news for the believers who keep up prayer and pay the poor rates, and of the hereafter they are sure. As to those who do not believe in the hereafter, we have surely made their deeds first seem to them, but they blindly wander on. These are they who shall have an evil punishment, and in the hereafter they shall be the greatest losers. I am sure you are made to receive the Quran from the wise, knowing Allah. When Musa said to his family, "Surely I see fire. I will bring to you from it some news. Or I will bring to you therefrom a burning firebrand so that you may warm yourselves." So when he came to it, a voice was uttered by saying, "Blessed is whoever is the fire and whatever is about it, and glory be to Allah, the Lord of the world. O Musa, surely I am Allah, the Mighty, the Wise. Cast down your staff." So when he saw it in motion as if it were a serpent, he turned back, retreating, and did not return. O Musa, fear not, surely the apostle shall not fear my presence. Neither he who has been unjust than he who is good instead of evil. For surely I am the forgiving, the merciful. And enter your hand into the opening of your bosom. It shall come forth white without evil. Among 9 signs to Pharaoh and his people. Surely they are a transgressing people.
So when our clear signs came to them,
So when our clear signs came to them, they said, "This is a clear enchantment." And when they denied them unjustly and proudly, while their soul had been convinced of them. Consider then how was the end of the mischief makers. And suddenly we gave knowledge to Dawood and Suleiman, and they both said, "Praise be to Allah who made us to excel many of his believing servants." When Suleiman was Dawood's heir, he said, "O men, we have been taught the language of the birds, and we have been given all things. Most surely this is a manifest grace." And his host of the jinn and the men and the birds were gathered to him, and they were formed into groups. So when they came to the valley of Naml, and Namlite said, "O Naml, enter your house so that Suleiman his host may not crush you while they do not know." So he smiled, wondering at her word, and said, "My lord, grant me that I should be grateful for thy favour, which thou hast bestowed on me and my parents, and that I should do good such as thou art pleased with, and make me enter, by thy mercy, into thy servants, the good ones." And he reviewed the birds, and then said, "How is it that how is it that I see not the hoopoe, or is it that he is of the absentees? I must surely punish him with a severe punishment, or kill him, or shall bring to me a clear plea." And he tarried not long, then said, "I comprehend that you which you do not comprehend, and I brought to you a sure information from Sheba. Surely I found a woman ruling over them, and she has been given abundance, and she has a mighty throne. I found her and her people adoring the sun instead of Allah, and Shaitan has made their deeds fair seem to them, and thus turned them from the right way, so they do not go aright. That they do not make obeisance to Allah, who brings forth what is hidden in the heavens and the earth, and knows what you hide and what you manifest. Allah, there is no God but He. He is the Lord of mighty power. He said, "We will see whether you have told the truth or whether you are of the liars. Take this my letter and hand it over to them, and turn away from them and see what answer they return." She said, "O chief, surely an honorable letter has been delivered to me. Surely it is from Sulaiman, surely it is in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, saying, 'Exalt not yourselves against me and come to me in submission.'" She said, "O my chiefs, give me advice respecting my affair. I never decide an affair until you are in my presence." They said, "We are possessors of strength and possessors of mighty prowess, and the command is yours, therefore see what you will command." She said, "Surely the kings, when they enter a town, ruin it to make the noblest of its people to be low. Thus thus they always do. And surely I am going to send a present to them, and shall wait to see what answer do the apostles bring back." So when he came to Suleiman, he said, "What will you help me with wealth? But what Allah has given me is better than what He has given you. Nay, you are an exultant because of your presence. Go back to them, and so we will most certainly come to them with hosts and which they shall have no power to oppose, and we will most certainly expel them therefrom in abasement. They shall be in a state of ignominy. He said, O chiefs, which of you can bring me to a throne, before they come to me in submission? One audacious among the jinn said, I will bring it to you before you rise up from your place, and most surely I am strong and trusty for it. One who had the knowledge of the book said, I will bring to you in the twinkling of an eye. And then when he saw it settled beside him, he said, This is of the grace of my Lord that he may try me, whether I am grateful or ungrateful. And whoever is grateful, he is grateful only for his own soul. And whoever is ungrateful, then surely my Lord is self-sufficient, honoured. He said, Alter her throne for her. We will see whether she follows the right way or is of those who do not go aright. So when she came, it was said, Is your throne like this? She said, It is as it were the same, and we were given the knowledge before it, and we were submissive. And what she worshipped besides Allah prevented her. Surely she was unbelieving people. It was said to her, Enter the palace, but then when she saw it, she deemed it to be a place of great expanse of water, and bared her legs. He said, Surely it is a palace made smooth with glass. She said, My Lord, surely I have been unjust to myself, and I submit with Suleiman unto Allah, the Lord of the worlds. And suddenly we sent Sa'mud to their brother Saleh, saying, Serve Allah, and lo, they became two sects quarreling with each other. He said, O my people, why do you seek to hasten on the evil before the good? Why do you not ask forgiveness of Allah so that you may be dealt with mercifully? They said, We have met with ill luck on account of you and on account of those with you. He said, This cause of your evil fortune is with Allah. Nay, you are a people who are tried. And there were in the city 9 persons who made mischief in the land and did not act aright. They said, Swear to each other by Allah that we will certainly make a sudden attack on him and his family by night. Then we will say to his heir, we witness, do not witness the destruction of his family, and we are most surely truthful. So they planned a plan. We planned the plan while they perceived not. How was the end of their plan, that we destroyed them and their people? So those and their houses are fallen down because they were unjust. Most surely there is a sign in this for a people who know. And we did it for those who believed in God against evil. And we sent Lot, and what he said to his people, What, do you commit indecency while what you see? What, do you indeed approach men lustfully rather than women? Nay, you are a people who act ignorantly. But the answer of his people was no other except that what they said. Turn out Lot's followers from your town. Surely they are a people who would keep pure. But we delivered him and his followers except his wife. We had ordained her to be of those who remain behind. And we rained from the rain, and evil was the reign of those who had been warned. Say, praise be to Allah and peace on his servants whom he has chosen. Is Allah better or what they associate with him? Nay, he who created the heavens and the earth and sent down for you water from the cloud, and we caused to grow thereby beautiful gardens. It is not possible for you that you should make the trees thereof to grow. Is there a God with Allah? Nay, they are people who deviate. All who made the earth a resting place and made it in rivers, raised it on mountains and placed between the two seas a barrier. Is there a God with Allah? Nay, most of them do not know. All who answers the distressed one when he calls upon him and removes the evil, and we will make you successors in the earth. Is there a God with Allah? Little is it that you mind. Who guides you in utter darkness of the land and the sea, and who sends his winds as good news before his mercy. Is there a God with Allah? Exalted by Allah above what they associate with him. All who created in the creation, then reproduces it and he gives you sustenance from the heavens and the earth. Is there a God with Allah? Say, bring a proof if you are truthful. Say, no one in the heavens and the earth knows the unseen but Allah. They do not know when they shall be raised. Nay, the knowledge respecting the hereafter is slight and hasty. Nay, they are doubtful about it. Nay, they are quite blind to it. And those who say, when we have become dust and our fathers too, shall we certainly be brought forth. We have certainly been promised it, but we and our fathers before. These are not but stories of the ancient. Say, travel in the earth and see how was the end of the guilty, and grieve not for them, and be not distressed because of what they plan. And they say, when will this threat come to pass if you are truthful? Say, maybe there may have been drawn near to you somewhat of what you seek to hasten on. And surely your Lord is the Lord of grace to men, but most of them are not grateful. And surely the Lord knows what the breast conceal and what they manifest. There's nothing concealed in the heaven and the earth, but it's in a clear book. Surely the Quran declares the children of Israel most of what they differ in. And most surely it's the guidance and mercy for the believers. Surely your Lord will judge between them by judgment, and He is the mighty, the knowing. For rely on Allah, surely you are on the clear truth. Surely you do not make the deed to hear, and then you do not go make the deaf to hear the call when they go back retreating. Nor can you be a guide to the blind or to their error. You cannot make spare anyone except those who believe in our communications, so they submit. When the world shall come to pass against them, we shall bring forth for them a creature from the earth that shall wound them, because people do not believe in our communications. And on the day when we will gather from every nation a party from among those who rejected from our communications, then they shall be formed into groups. Until when they come, he will say, did you reject my communications while you had them? No comprehensive knowledge of them? Or what was it that you did? And the word shall come to pass against them, because they were unjust, so they shall not speak. Do they consider that we have made the night that they may rest their eye, and the day to give light? But surely there are signs of this for people who believe. And on the day when the trumpet shall be blown, those who are in the heavens and the earth, heavens and those who are in the earth shall be terrified, except such as Allah please, and all shall come to Him abased. And you see the mountains, you think them to be solid, and they shall pass away as passing away of the cloud. The handiwork of Allah who has made everything thoroughly. Surely He is aware of what you do. Whoever brings good, he shall have better of it. Then they shall be secure from the terror on that day. And whoever brings good, he shall have better of it, and they shall be secure from the terror on that day. And whoever brings evil, these shall be thrown down upon their faces, to the fire. Shall you be rewarded for aught except what you did? I am commanded only that I should serve the Lord of the city, who has made it sacred, and His are all the things. And I am commanded that I should be of those who submit. Jesus. Recite the Quran, therefore whoever goes aright, he goes aright for his own soul, and whoever goes astray, then say, I am only one of the warners. And say, praise be to Allah, He will show you His signs so that you shall recognize them, nor is your Lord heedless of what you do.